Hi, I hope all is well with you. This week in Eretz Yisrael, we're learning Parshas Kedoshim, where we have that famous pasuk, "V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha," that you shall love your neighbor as yourself. We're all familiar with the famous story that's brought down in the Gemara, where a guy comes over to Shammai and he tells him, "I don't have much time. Please, I want you to teach me Kol HaTorah Kula, all of the Torah, while I'm standing on one foot." And Shammai dismissed him. And then the guy went over to Hillel and he said, "Please, I'd like you to teach me all of the Torah while I'm standing on one foot." So Hillel said, "Da'alech sinei l'chavercha lo ta'avid." Very simply put, what you don't like and what bothers you, don't do to your friend. And it's interesting to note that he doesn't use the pasuk that's brought down in the Torah, "V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha." And the Ramban explains that the reason why is because "V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha" is really mistranslated. It cannot mean that a person should love his fellow man as much as he loves himself, because that's impossible. As Rabbi Akiva, in fact, taught us, that chayecha kodmin, that your life comes first, and that situation that we have all learned, where if you have two people in the desert and one individual has a bottle of water and it's enough water just for one of them to survive, the individual who owns that bottle of water is supposed to drink it and not give it to his fellow man. So v'ahavta l'reacha kamocha does not mean that I should love my fellow man as I love myself. What it says is v'ahavta l'reacha kamocha, not v'ahavta reacha kamocha. If it would be reacha kamocha, then I'd have to love him the way I love myself. It's like I love myself. And Chazal teach us what that means is the things that I want, the things that I'm happy with. I should be happy that my fellow neighbor is able to attain those. I should be misameach. I should be joyous when he accomplishes something, when he gains something. There's no need, there's no room for jealousy. I have to wish good for him the way I wish it for myself. I love myself more than I love any other individual. That's human nature, and that's something that we can't fight. But we certainly can look at our fellow neighbor and try to have him gain as much as he possibly can. And especially during these days of Sfira, where we're mourning the students of Rabbi Akiva who were killed, who perished during these days for the reason why Chazal explained that they didn't show kavod, they didn't respect each other enough, whatever that means, and we really don't know what that means, because these were tzaddikim, these were gedolim, they learned all day, they were tamidei chachamim, but yet the Gemara uses the terminology that they did not respect each other the way they should. Certainly during these days, we should try to the best of our ability to wish everything on our fellow man. You know, if we appreciate our hashkafa properly and understand that the Rebbeinu Shalom gives every individual what they need, then if my neighbor gets something that I would like to have, obviously the Rebbeinu Shalom is saying, he needs it, you don't. So there's no reason for jealousy. It's a hard challenge, but as all the mitzvahs that we have in the Torah, if the Rebbeinu Shalom has given us this challenge, it's a challenge that we can achieve, and we can reach new heights every time we look at our fellow man and we cheer him on and we root for him and we're happy for him. Mirz Hashem, we should have the siyata d'shmaya, we should have the inner strength to understand what's important and what's not important. And that's chus Mirz Hashem, the Rebbeinu Shalom should bring Mashiach, especially in these days, from B'meir v'yameinu. Have a wonderful day, a meaningful Shabbos, and the Chodesh Tov next week. Kol Tov.